Everyone talks about Miyamoto Musashi's victories, but very few talk about what made him different before the fight even began. Musashi didn't enter battles loudly. He didn't announce himself. He didn't try to intimidate anyone. He observed. While others focused on strength, technique, and reputation, Musashi focused on people, how they stood, how they reacted to silence, how confidence slowly turned into tension. Most warriors train their bodies. Musashi trained his awareness. He understood something most fighters never did. The moment a person starts thinking about the fight, they are already vulnerable. This mindset didn't come from tradition. It came from isolation. Musashi was a ronin, no master, no clan, no safety. And that forced him to survive by reading the world, instead of following rules written by others. Musashi believed that silence revealed more than aggression ever could. When nothing was happening, he was watching everything. Small shifts in posture, changes in breathing, the way confidence faded when expectations were left unmet. To most warriors, these moments meant nothing. To Musashi, they meant everything. Because the fight did not begin with the first strike. It began the moment attention drifted. To Musashi, combat was not chaos, it was information. Samurai culture was built on patterns, formal movements, expected timing, predictable behavior. Musashi saw patterns as weaknesses. He arrived late, not out of disrespect, but to disrupt rhythm. Waiting changes people. It creates doubt. It creates impatience. And impatience leads to mistakes. By the time the fight began, his opponent was no longer calm. Musashi did not rush. He did not waste movement. Every action was deliberate. Every pause was intentional. He believed that victory belonged to the one who controlled timing, not the one who struck first. Musashi understood that speed was meaningless without control. Moving faster did not mean moving better. He allowed his opponents to act first, to reveal intention, to commit to mistakes they could not take back. Every reaction gave him information. Every failed attack narrowed their options. By the time steel met wood, Musashi was no longer reacting. He was deciding. This is why Musashi often chose what others would not. Unusual angles, unexpected weapons, uncomfortable distances, not to show superiority, but to remove certainty, because certainty creates confidence, and confidence can be broken. To Musashi, a weapon was never the center of the fight. The mind was. And once the mind was shaken, the outcome was inevitable. As Musashi grew older, he began to step away from constant combat, not because he was defeated, but because he no longer needed to prove anything. He retreated into solitude and began to write, not about killing, not about glory, but about clarity, seeing situation without emotion, acting without attachment. He believed that obsession clouds judgment, and judgment decides outcomes. Musashi believed clarity came from distance. Distance from noise, from reputation, from constant struggle. He saw that most people were trapped by attachment, attached to outcomes, attached to identity, and that attachment made them predictable. To Musashi, freedom meant seeing clearly without needing to win. This philosophy was not limited to battle. It applied to life, to work, to conflict, to decision-making. Musashi understood that reality is shaped by perception, and perception is shaped by control. Near the end of his life, Musashi left behind one simple idea, not as a warning but as a guide. As Musashi once said, "Do nothing that is of no use." These words were not meant to impress. They were meant to remind us how easily we mistake appearance for truth. Today we remember Miyamoto Musashi, not for how many battles he won, but for how clearly he learned to see.